Hi guys, welcome to my first video on this channel. This is just kind of a mini vlog of a weekend trip me and my boyfriend took for New Year's Eve. We did have breakfast this morning, so I wanted to show you guys how I did my makeup for the little date. Starting with skin prep, I used the e.l.f. Hydro, it's Power Grip or something like that. Just like a very sticky primer for my combination skin. Followed up by brows, of course. I like to use a brow pencil going underneath and on the top of my brows, using hair-like strokes to fill them in. I don't like to go too crazy, just defining the tail of my brows, making them a little bit fuller. My very concentrated eyebrow face here. Can't mess these up. Yeah, just brushing those out to blend them. Doing the tail on the other side, of course, and then I go in with an ABH highlighting pencil underneath both and blending it out with a flat top brush to clean them up and kind of brighten them a little bit, as I do kind of keep them a little fluffy. I then kind of set them in place with the NYX brow glue. So far I like it. It's kind of a newer product to my collection, but it's not too bad. It flakes a little bit, but not too bad. Then I use the LA Girl Pro Concealer underneath my eyes for a bright under eye. Usually I don't go this bright, but this day I chose to. And I'm just blending that out with an e.l.f. sponge and using another sponge on the edges that has a little bit of foundation still on it to kind of blend it out and make it look a little more seamless. I use this all over my face after a stippling brush. I didn't show it, but I apply that with, for my foundation. Then going in with the e.l.f. Putty Blush. This does look a little strong at first, but I blend it in with my fingers, apply it on my cheekbones, and once you blend it out, which I use a sponge, it looks, really natural and seamless. And I go over with the powder just to kind of reinforce it. I'm using a setting spray in between with all of my cream products before I go in with the powder. So I'm just pressing that in with my foundation sponge. I use the Laura Mercier powder all over. I'm just blending in my concealer first before I set those. I use a triangle sponge from Amazon. I really like how these make the under eyes look and kind of get in all the creases. I love this for my under eye because it's pointed, but I also use a brush all over my face. This is from an e.l.f. brush collection. I do a light layer. I kind of wanted to keep it a little dewy still, given that it's so dry outside. But for those areas that crease really easily, I just go in with the sponge. I used the butter bronzer on the perimeter of my face to give myself some color. I didn't go too crazy with this because it can look a little muddy. And then I go over with my powder blush. This is from Wet n Wild. I don't know the name of it and just showed it for 2 seconds, so I have no idea, but can of course put that in the description. But I put that on the high points of my cheeks and then using the powder again to clean underneath. I don't leave this on for too long because it can look a little crazy. So just going under to clean it up, and then I brush it away with the powder brush from the e.l.f. collection. And then going in with a little bit of highlighter on the high points of my cheeks, my nose, cupid's bow, inner corner, and then some mascara. I chose to go for no lashes today. This is us on the way to the breakfast spot. I'll put the name on the screen. I can't remember it right now, but the food is always really good. After the breakfast, we came back to the hotel and I wanted to do a vision board for the new year. So in the next clip, you'll hear me explaining about how it works to my boyfriend. Part of the meeting, I wanted to do planning for the new year. So financial goals, goals with your business, goals with my YouTube, stuff like that. And then the other part is manifestation technique, which is making a vision board. So it's you
You can do like actual pictures and print it out and stick them to a poster board and do like images of stuff like that you want to do. So like a picture of someone vacationing in Cabo, and you know, that's something you want to do. A picture of a nurse because you want to make it through school. A certain type of car you want. So you're like envisioning it and, you know, subconsciously manifesting it for your future.
And I'm also showing him an app called Pencil Planner. If you have an iPad and you're someone who really likes to-do lists and just having everything laid out for you, I definitely recommend. But just showing him how it works and how he can use it to help him stay organized. Here I'm just showing you guys me writing goals for the month and for the new year. This planner's from Target. Definitely recommend theirs. They're always super cute and I love the layout of them. Okay, and later that night we had a dinner reservation. I didn't know where we were going, but I just wanted to show you guys how I made this look go from like a daytime to a nighttime look. And so all my oily girls know, definitely have to blot your face. I did not feel like doing a whole face of makeup again. So I'm just blotting the oil out with a tissue to kind of give me more of like a mattified look. And then just checking if that looks alright. Then I'm going in with a little bit of powder just to make sure it kind of stays that way. Just on the T-zone, of course, because that's usually where I get the most oily. The smile lines, all of those areas that usually are quick to crease and get oily, I'm just going over lightly with that same triangle sponge and then pressing it in. For the lips, I'm using that putty blush from e.l.f. on the center. It has like a really velvety feel on the lips, and it's kind of like a lip stain without being too watery. So I just used it for some color. This is kind of a mauve color. It's a Milan lip pencil. I've had this for forever, but just going around the edges and outlining my lips. Usually for the daytime, I just do like a brown liner and some clear gloss, but I just wanted some color for this look. So I'm filling that in, and then I'm going to use a brown pencil. I think this isn't actually an eyebrow pencil, but I always have to have a brown liner whenever I do any type of lip look personally. So I'm just using that. You can't really see, but I'm going around the edges to define my lips, and eventually I will blend this out. But this is just for the edges to kind of make my lips, you know, look a little more plump, give them some more shape. I think I went in, yeah, with the bronzer um, on my nose. I don't think I did this earlier in the day, but I just like to define my nose. Not really trying to make it look smaller, but um, just give it some shape and make my face look a little more dimensional. So I go under the tips of my nose, the side, and to give it more of a seamless look, I blend into the front of my brow. And so I just use a little bit. You don't want to go too crazy with the nose contour. At least for me personally, it's just not very flattering. I also use this color in my crease as an eyeshadow. I don't really have the energy to do full on eyeshadow looks these days, but just to give my eyes kind of a sultry look and, you know, darken it up for the nighttime. It's a flat, like shader brush that I use for this. Same one for my nose. Just really in the crease to define it. And I feel like it's the perfect shade for my eyes. And then I take my very loved highlighter. This is by Wet n Wild. Definitely need to get a new one. She's on her last legs, but I love this for the inner corner because it's not too like ashy on me, but it's still like a champagne. Um, I have no idea what color this is, but I love it for the inner corner, and I think I touched up a little bit on the other areas, but I just blended this in a little bit into the lid to kind of make it look a little more blended. And then I did decide to put on some lashes. I usually just use like Kiss lashes, whatever I can find at like Target or a beauty supply store. These ones aren't really dramatic, but I like my lashes flared on the ends. So I'm just gluing these on. Again, add a little more drama. And I love the way these make my eyes look. So I'm just putting those on. I'm going to show you guys in a little bit. I do apologize. I have to be like so focused and up close for my lashes, so you can't really see much, but you'll see at the end it all comes together and looks good. yeah, there's the lash there. Try to get as close as I can to my lash line. I don't put on any eyeliner or anything, or mascara usually. That's like a whole bunch of work for me, but yeah, just glued those on. I think I left the lip matte this day, but I did blend out the edges with my fingers, so um, I feel like the lip gloss would have just went everywhere as I was eating, so I think that's why I left it matte. But this is the finished look. I think it's cute. I don't know. But then I used my Caroline Herrera Bad Girl perfume. This is the original one. Love the way this smells. I feel like this is a perfect like sexy date night scent. So this, all my girls who have this know it's very strong. So just a little bit on the pulse points and my clothes, and then we're ready to go. Of course, my everyday jewelry. And then this is us on the way to the restaurant. I think it was Ruth Chris Steakhouse. Whole bunch of seafood on the menu, and if you know, I'm allergic, but the steak was good. This is what we both got. He got a lobster tail, of course. Food was great. This is a clip of the fireworks that were near our hotel. I just love fireworks. I thought this was so cute. So this was the next day. I did record this just to show you guys what I do for kind of like, this is a truly an everyday makeup look. Takes me no more than like 5-10 minutes. It's buildable, so if I was going out later that day, I could always just add foundation. But my main priority is just my eyes and my brows. So I always like to do something to my brows so they don't look too crazy. So I highlight underneath with that same pencil that I used earlier from ABH. I just use a little bit of NYX brow glue to brush them up, make them look fuller, and still kind of give them some shape because they're already kind of thick as is. So on natural days, all I need is some brow gel. And then I put on a little bit of mascara. If you guys want like an in-depth routine of my makeup with like my techniques and all that, I would love to do that. I'm probably going to end up doing that anyway. Just to put you guys on to some of the techniques if you're new to makeup or whatever, just some things that I've learned. But yeah, here's me going in with that. I just curl my lashes, put on a little bit of mascara. I think it's the Lash Sensational mascara. That's the only one I've used for the past couple of years. There's my Handsome in the mirror there. But this mascara is one of my faves, honestly. It's really the only one that I've used. I think I've used other ones before. It just hasn't worked for my lashes because one of them on one eye grows pretty straight. But the waterproof keeps the curl the best. So I used the waterproof version of this. A little harder to remove, but it's the only one that holds a curl at all on my lashes. So I like to use that one. Also, fun fact, I'm pretty sure the restaurant got me sick. Maybe not, but shortly after this, I got what felt like food poisoning. And so that's one of the reasons why I wasn't able to edit and post this video in a timely fashion. And then I eventually, once I got home, got COVID. Shout out to my sister. So I've just been going through it health-wise, but feeling a lot better, luckily. So I'm going to try to get some more stuff filmed and uploaded for you guys. I do want to be consistent with that this year. I obviously will talk more about myself and, you know, why I'm kind of getting into it this year and, you know, all that stuff in future videos. But yeah, that's kind of why it took so long to get this up. But I still hope you guys are interested in seeing what I did do for New Year's. I hope you guys had a good one and didn't party too hard. But yeah. After putting on the mascara, I'm just cleaning it up with a Q-tip, and that's pretty much it for my makeup look for this day. I hope you guys had a good New Year. I hope this year is good for you. I'm very hopeful about a lot of things, and I am excited to upload more content for you guys. And at the end, you'll see me on New Year's looking all cute. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.